Good afternoon. My name is Ginia Rye. I'm from the Hancock area, and I guess I'll tell a little bit about myself. I am, according to my doctor, a little bit of a loose cannon. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, apparently. So I was diagnosed last year with breast cancer. It was my second bout of cancer. I had 15 years ago been diagnosed with Hodgkins Lymphoma. So this was not something I had planned for, especially at the age of 39. Was not something I planned for. But I guess I learned through all of it. You enter things without a plan. You can't have a plan for everything. I didn't plan with any papers or anything because that was kind of my plan. But my best friend's here. She knows that when I go to the airport, I show up an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours early, so I have a plan. I did not have a plan for this. Thankfully, I had guidance from all of my nurses, my phenomenal doctor, who was probably the most honest, straightforward man I've ever met in my life. But I appreciated that. I needed that. I needed somebody to tell me the facts without scaring me. I'll never forget the first time I really started to get scared and it sunk in. I asked him, "Am I going to die?" And he said, "No, I save people. They live. I have not lost one. I'm not going to lose you." And I took that to heart. And if it would have gone the other way, if I wouldn't be standing here today, I would have haunted him. But he really had his hands full with me. I wasn't ready for this. I was angry. I was trying to be as positive as possible and hide my fears and my depression. He saw all of that, tried to uncover all of that. But in any case, before I go through what I went through with my treatments, I am a mother of a 3.5-year-old little boy who everyone has met today some way, running underneath their feet. And I am a very proud wife to an amazing man who was with me through not just this passage, but the first one as well. Stood by my side, picked me up, pulled me out of bed when I didn't want to, and has really been my light through a lot of dark times. I am surrounded by my friends, and I had an amazing support network with my family. So I worked through my entire treatment. I am a bank manager, not that hard of a job. So I was able to work through all of my treatments. I did go through chemo first. Due to my treatment previously with Hodgkins, I went through radiation and chemo. They were not able to offer that to me this time. I basically am a walking nuclear test subject. So we went through chemo first, and then I did have surgery. I had a double mastectomy, bilateral, with reconstruction. I don't know why I picked Marshfield Clinic. I didn't the first time. I wasn't in the area, but I'm glad that I did. I truly don't believe I'd be alive today if it wasn't for Dr. Fagbemi and the team of nurses that I had. The faith part of it was huge for me. And to quote him again, one of my last visits with him, I did cry. He did make me cry. And I thanked him for saving me. And he said, I had nothing to do with that. I was the tool. He said, God saved you. You saved you. And then I really cried. But he was my angel. I couldn't thank him enough. I hope I don't have to go through this again. The odds are that I probably will. And I'm okay with that because I know the support that I have waiting for me when I do have to go through it again. And I hope that he's still around to be my doctor if and when that does happen. So again, I know I'm going off track, but this is just how I am. So, so I went through chemo, had my surgery. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Like even the treatment, the surgery, just getting the news of cancer wasn't bad. What was bad is what happens after. Your life after cancer. Who are you after cancer? This whole year, you're surrounded by family, you're surrounded by friends, and they're stopping by and they're bringing you gifts, and your doctors are supportive and your nurses are supportive. Your husband is amazing. But now you're a totally different person. You're not who you were a year ago. Both physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. You're not the same person. And I think that was the hardest part, and it still continues to be the hardest part. I don't think that ever goes away, because you're no longer that excellent banker or that sweet daughter. You're the daughter that had cancer. You're the wife that had cancer. So I think the hardest part in the journey with this, and for all of us, is how do you redefine yourself and say, I am a survivor. I'm not a victim of cancer. I've never been a victim, but we're all survivors. Whether it's my husband who stood by my side, he's a survivor. My best friend, who didn't even know what to do. We have to stand by each other and realize that it's not just the individual going through cancer who is the survivor or the victim. It's every single one of you. It's my doctor every day is a survivor of cancer. So with that being said, like I said, I don't really have a plan anymore. I don't plan things at all anymore. I kind of wing it now because life is too precious to expect things to run on course. You should just wing it. You really should. Except when it comes to your medication, you should probably take them on a regular basis. And I realize I haven't received my refills yet, but I will get to that. So, I just want to thank my nurses, are amazing. I wanted to thank my doctor, all of you who came here today, my extended family of best friends and friends, siblings, and brother-in-laws and co-workers, and I think most of all I want to thank my husband and my son. Without them, I probably wouldn't be here. Like I said, my husband's been my rock. I was not allowed to rest because of that little one. So they gave me a reason, and I thank them every single day. So thank you all. I love you, and best of health to everyone, and God bless.